Peace, peace. How is everybody doing today? I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point, Dark Serpent. That is a good point. That's why you gotta have a team. Make sure you ain't out here slipping. What's up, bro?
This muffin don't taste very good because it's...
Alright, I'll get you something else then. Okay? When we go to another store. If that mockingbird don't sing.
Is there a banana?
No, I already ate that. That's already down.
You already ate that?
Yeah, I did. That's down. So peace. Give me 1 second. Alright, down 7. I don't have any more snacks. We snacked out. So once we go to another store, we'll get another snack. Ain't nothing else going on up here. Hold on, let me see. Uh-oh, found something. You want this?
Oh, yeah.
That was somewhat magical, if you really think about it, because that wasn't there a couple of minutes ago. Now you're in the game. So, peace to the family. I'm more or less in the space of like doing videos daily, little things in that nature where I'm just providing value. When I get time right now, I'm in the car with my wife. She's in the store per her usual, doing what she do. I'm in the car and I'm referencing a thought that I had that I wanted to share with y'all. It's a lot of people who want to get into e-commerce space, wants to sell things online and things of that nature.
Can I talk to them too?
No. Your conversation is too deep for them, bro. They ain't ready for you right now. It's a lot of different things that y'all can do and will do, but it's just like nobody is telling people how to do it. Now, I had this idea in my mind, in my heart, in my head that I wanted to share with y'all. And it's a sell triangle, right? So say for instance you starting a business and you selling like something and nobody's buying it, right? For whatever reason, you feel like you have a product, you have something real good that people should buy, but you're not getting the sales that you want to. And you could have a service-based business. So generally, like, you could have like wanting to do readings and things of that nature, and like nobody is picking up on your services. Nobody is booking a reading. Nobody is buying nothing that you sell. Well, that's mainly, in my mind and my heart, is because you lack a pyramid of selling, right? So a pyramid of selling is this: branding, marketing, selling, right? And I'm gonna break that down because those words are abstract, right? Branding is who you are in the story of your company. Marketing is the value that you're providing to the consumer. Selling is the availability or the ease that it takes a person for you to make a purchase with you. Or selling is making it easy for you to buy from me. Now, online is somewhat difficult to buy because generally there's a lot of, basically, people don't read descriptions, people don't read fine print, people don't read anything. They want something easy and aesthetic for them to actually purchase from. So selling, if you're going to sell online, Get a fucking Shopify account. If you're trying to sell online, get a Shopify account. Period. There is no other way around it. Like, you can have a Square account, you can have a whole bunch of different platforms to sell your stuff at, but if it's not easy, if it's not trustworthy, if a person can't get their money refunded, they're not gonna buy. Once again, think about you in the spaces and places that you would buy from. Per normal, per usual, right? You rarely are doing things that you feel are sketchy in your heart. You need to find a level of ease. Now, marketing is, does this person need it, right? There are many different ways that you can convey need to your consumer, right? If you do not convey the need of your product, if a person does not need to buy from you, right, then they're not. They're going to say, oh, that's cute, that's nice, I like that. And trust me, this is back end shit, bro. Most people online, I can pay for followers. I can make it look like I can get an Airbnb. I can buy some clothes, return them clothes the same day, and present an image that I got it all together. But having it all together does not equate to you getting a fucking sale. You have to provide, especially if you just now starting off. Your whole main goal is to say, you need this product. If you don't buy this product, I don't know if your next day is going to be okay. I don't know if you're going to be the best person that you possibly could be if you do not book a reading with me, if you do not buy my product, if you do not check the link in the description. It's a lot of people who have businesses but don't post every day. If you're not producing or creating content in the space for your business daily, then you're not a firm believer in your product. And if you're not a firm believer in your product, do not expect multitude and masses of people to tap in and buy in to what you got going on. They're not going to do it. So if you really want to sell something, and it can be your music, right? If you're not thinking about the person listening to it, yeah, it's a bop to you. Yeah, you like it. Yeah, you think you talented. Yeah, you think you should get way more streams. But if I don't like it, if it's not for me, if you didn't market your music to me for my situation, you ain't coming up with daddy quarantine raps, I don't want to hear that shit. And a lot of people in their business, in their music, in their overall approach online, is completely about them and what they want. But you are not the consumer. You are the owner. You are the one that's putting it out. And this is something that I had to learn. And this is what allowed me to actually make a couple sales here and there. Because I stopped thinking about myself and thinking about the things that I need, right? I don't market to myself. It's other companies, it's other businesses that market to me, and I support those businesses. Another thing, you got to get into the space of tipping. That's an energetic flex. When you buying coffee, when you going to the restaurant, when you doing shit out here in these streets, you getting a good service, and you want to be a business owner, you got to tip that person. Every time I tip somebody, I get good business that day. It's good karma. It's good juju out here. And if you got a business, you got to actually think about what you're putting out. So marketing then is, I'm putting out so much value. I personally feel like I put out thousands upon thousands of dollars of value every single month. And I don't look for shit in return. That's how I get a sale. because I give and I don't ask or pull for nothing. But I'm conscious about what I give. I don't put out videos because I think that it's deep. I'm putting out this video for a specific person who is trying to create a sale, and they ain't got no sales yet. And they're like, what the fuck, right? What's wrong with my product? What's wrong with my business? What's wrong with me? Nothing. You just don't understand the pyramid. Is your product easily accessible? Is it marketable? Meaning that, can people find the value in what you are saying, what you are providing, what you are offering? And if it is marketable, and if it is valuable, my nig's dress, you yell that shit off at the rooftops every single day, multiple times a day. It shouldn't be a point that I don't know what the fuck you're selling. Why am I saying that? Because your product, because your service, because your song, because whatever you're putting out is so fucking valuable that you can't be quiet about it. I can't not do a fucking video at least once a day. I gotta put this shit in my schedule, right? Because I'm so excited about my books. I'm so excited about my class. I have to talk about it daily. And if I'm not going to support my business, if I'm not going to market my business, then nobody will. And if I don't market my business, if I'm not screaming on the rooftops how important what the fuck I got going on is, then guess what? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. I go back to the fucking factory. And I say this to you, if you are unhappy with your work situation, but then you want to then convey it into a business, well, you show up to work every fucking day, 8 hours a day. You're going to have to be like that for your business, probably a little more, probably double that. Branding, your story. Listen, the problem with not having a story is that you personally feel as if, since your life isn't perfect, that you're not worth being promoted, worth being put out. The reality is, your imperfections, your downfalls, the times that you made mistakes, and the shit that you overcame in this life is so fucking valuable, right? It's so much money in your story. It's so much money in your failures, in a nothing ass person that uses, like, all of this shit, right? All this stuff that you would imagine is negative. What am I talking about? It's somebody right now, right this second, going through the same shit that you overcame. You just don't know about it yet because you are afraid to say your story because your story's not perfect. But the reality of stories is that they're not perfect. They have a beginning, middle, and an end. Okay? To be on the outside of your turmoil means that you have a brand. Now, a brand is a story. That story is how a person is going to receive you and understand you. And people do not receive you or understand you without a story. So do not show up on social media selling shit. Don't nobody know you. Don't nobody know your story. And people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And if you don't care about people, maybe business isn't the thing for you. Maybe you might want to focus on some back-end shit, right? Because what I said was providing value to people. You can make sale on top of sale in multiple areas and multiple realms of life. You can know how to do makeup. You need a makeup ebook. You need a makeup tutorial. You need makeup content, right? You might know how to dress babies. You might know how to take care of babies, right? You might know how to do a whole bunch of shit that I don't talk about shit that I don't know about. My specialty, who I am, my readings, like what, not saying the readings that I've got, but the readings that I've gotten for me, right? Before I would go into a reading, I'm working my factory, I'm just a family man, and the reader will say, he did say you have a lot of spiritual energy. You cannot forsake this. You gotta, all of the shit that you doing spiritually is a big deal. That's a lot of value to a lot of people who straight mundane. You don't know that people don't know about the mounds. People don't know about their chakras. People don't know about astrology. I'm like, man, that's my porn. You know, that's what I do for fun. No, that's value to people who imagine that it's far-fetched, right? So I'm not here speaking about spirituality because I think it's cool or I'm going outside of myself. Trust me, I am who I am. I'm going to talk the way I talk, and I'm going to be who I be. And I say that to you, what's your story, right? What are you good at? Don't look at me talking this spiritual shit and imagine that this did not come with sacrifices that I don't want you to ever experience the pain of conveying with your ancestors. Conveying with the people that you love and they no longer on this plane. You got to deal with them in the afterworld, right? And you got to keep the tradition alive. You got to wake up every day and hold space for the fact of ancestors. That ain't cool, fam. You got people in your life right now that you can love and you can communicate with and you can tap into different realms and vibrations. And if you can love your partner a little bit more, right? That's the message that I give across, because when I was in your shoes, I was flagrant and fucked up and lost what I valued the most. So in the space of that is my story. So the reality of how I'm going to move forward is I see you on fuck shit with your wife. Don't do that. Right? That's a brand story. Okay? That's a understanding that I know for a fact. You do not go into situations, you do not go to sleep with anger towards your wife. Right? You take care of your children. Right? It's a lot of energies and men and people who are to the left with this shit. You listen to me, I'm very centered, right? And maybe you're to the left and you feel like, damn, I want to be centered like bro. Or I want to be able to have an inner peace like he's demonstrating, right? That's the value that I put out. Now, it gets confusing. Hold on one second, man. You can't do that. Leave him alone, please. Get out of his face. Give him his space. Jesse needs his 50 feet, man. We can be so enthused by another person in their vortex that we forget that we have our own personal vortex. Now, once again, we're in the realms of law of attraction. We're in the realms of spiritual beings having a human experience. So I encountered all of the fuck shit in my life to come to that conclusion. Now, what I see is a lot of people encountering a lot of fuck shit in their life. So my conclusion is the solution is to build up that which is your spiritual beingness. That's my solution. However, it's not based upon me. It's based upon you and your ability to do that. And generally, a person will hear that and imagine that there's another part to it. It's a second part to it. It's a reading or it's a class. And generally, it may be that. However, the value is in that. The overall selling comes into, yeah, I got a book. Yeah, I got a class. That's important. And you're not going to get Instagram Kais on the class. You're going to get class Kais in the class. You understand what I'm saying? So it is a different experience. It is a different vibration, but it's not for everybody, right? And it's not necessarily to make money. That within itself is a deeper marketing tool that I'm literally trying to tell people about their chakras for nothing. Trying to give you the meditations for nothing, right? Because honestly, the money that I make from the Chakra Nova classes, I split it between Dark Serpent and Prime Harmonic. And up until the 6th chakra, I've been losing money. Like I would promote it, I would build it, everything that I paid for, and then I would pay them guys, and then I'd be out of money. But I don't care, because if you found value in that course, that was why I did it. Because ultimately, it's going to trickle down, it's going to build up, and I'm going to make sales in other places. And then you do all of this on the top end, back end, right? And then it's a deeper level. If you want sales and you want to continue to create sales, you then run ads. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You learn about running advertisements. You can have a product or a service for $50 a day. Run ads for $10 a day. And maybe you get 3 orders. So off that $10 a day, you done made $150. But if you didn't spend that $10 a day, you wouldn't have made shit. That's the power of advertising. Because it's not about whether or not your product is good, whether or not people want to buy it. A lot of times people don't know shit about what you got going on because there's so much more other shit going on. That's why advertising and artificial intelligence and content creation and getting likes, getting subscribers, providing value is a good thing, because what the Facebook pixel does is it taps into the people who tuned in and tapped into your message. And then if they might see an advertisement for one of your business, they not going to think twice. Oh, that's my boy. He be dropping the shit on the Instagram. Or that sis who be giving me beauty advice. I ain't know she had a book. I got to buy this shit ASAP. She got an ebook. I got to buy it. She be providing value all day. I done bagged 10 sugar daddies off her tip. She got a book. Hell no. Hey, daddy. It's this book I want you to buy. It's on my wish list, right? That's simple. But say, for instance, you're not valuing your ability. Say, for instance, you're not valuing your skills and your talent. And you imagine that everything you overcame is for nothing. And then another thing, you imagine that the spiritual beingness does not come with manifestations. It does not come with wisdom, power, and success. But the reality is that it does come with that. I'm just trying to show you this triangle of branding, marketing, and selling, right? Shopify, provide value, tell your story as many times as you can to as many people as you can, because your product and your service or whatever you got is so fucking valuable that you can't be quiet about this shit. You can't be silent about this shit. I can't be silent, man. I got so much content lined up in my buffer for y'all. And every post is like in relation to the content that I'm working towards. And every post is value. In my heart, I feel like a person is going to need to hear this. A person is going to need to see this. And then I just schedule it. So y'all be like, dang, you be posting a lot. Man, I post in the morning time. I load up my buffer and it shoots that shit out throughout the day. Once again, branding, marketing, right? Selling. In all of my posts, I'm not forcing you to buy nothing. However, if it interests you, it's more of where that came from. Because all of my posts, I'm pulling from my overall selling material, my class and my books, right? This is interesting. Let me create content around this interesting thing, right? It's a science to it, and it's hard work, and it's not as easy as it looked. However, it's very possible if you just understand that people will buy value, right? But your branding, your story creates the value. It tells you the value. It teaches your consumer on why and how this is valuable. And your repetition and your daily application of said value, right? Stay in the value zone. Stay imagining your consumer when they taste your cheesecake. You know, when they buy your sexual vibrator, how many times they gonna come, right? And say, for instance, you selling vibrators. You now have to solve the problem. Your market is chicks who ain't getting none. And the value is, since you ain't getting none, get this silly rabbit with the tongue flapper action, right? Guaranteed to make you come in 2.5 seconds, right? All of that. So I'm going to end this video because I just wanted to do a quick value update, given, and I'll be doing these daily. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. Get notified when I go live if you want to participate live, because I do appreciate y'all tapping in and building with me. And I got so much content, so much things down the pike, but everything that I reference, everything that I talk about is the result of crown chakra work. So if you want your crown chakra activated, want to know what a crown chakra is, want to know what a pituitary gland is, please hit the link in my bio or link in description. Another thing, pre-orders for Chakra Nova is going up right now. If you want the book before May 23rd, you want to get the pre-orders, because the pre-orders will be released the first week of May, right? The book officially, you can purchase it May 23rd, but the pre-orders, they get a sneak peek. So get that, and you might want to tap into the deluxe, but more information about that is available on the site. Link is in the bio. I appreciate y'all all for tapping in. Once again, if you know everything about a crown chakra and all your chakras is activated, you will find no value in my products and my services. If you have no clue or no idea what I'm talking about and you want to know more about what I'm talking about, tap in. And another thing, I'm just a regular guy, but the way that I speak is in relation to my chakras being activated. So that's what I'm sharing with you. If you like the way that I speak, understand that I'm super normal, super regular, super just regular ass guy. You feel me? So I'm actually a witness to, and we all are witness to, chakra activation, and I want us all to experience that. So the links are all in my descriptions. If you want more information, you can always DM me. I do not bite unless you get into that type of thing. Peace.